Stoic philosophy, how to be unshakable in a chaotic world. The world out there feels like it's on fire. Crises, anxiety, violence, toxic social media, information overload. Everything moves too fast. Everything demands a reaction. And in the middle of it all, how do we stay centered? Even the greatest leaders, thinkers, and empires have crumbled before us. So where does this leave us? What can we do to make sure that we don't succumb to the pressure and instead remain unshakable? Well, first, let's look at the secret weapon of ancient philosophers, their journal, and more specifically, how they wrote it. They didn't just jot down grocery lists or track their workouts. They recorded their thoughts, their doubts, their fears. Why? Because for the Stoics, writing wasn't just about documenting life, it was shaping it. Marcus Aurelius, perhaps the most famous Stoic, kept a journal for 365 days. That's 12 volumes of pure philosophical gold. But here's the twist. He didn't write it for us. He wrote it for himself. His journal was a dialogue with the universe, a way to work through problems, anger, fear. By putting pen to paper, he sorted through his thoughts, found clarity, made better decisions. Now I know what you might be thinking. Journaling? Really? Sounds touchy-feely, right? Well, think again. This practice has been around since the dawn of civilization. For the Stoics, journaling was a lifeline, a way to stay grounded when everything else was spinning, a shield against the chaos of life. And you can use it too. No fancy equipment needed, just a notebook and some honest-to-goodness introspection. So grab a pen, find a quiet corner, and get ready to dive deep. Who knows? You might just uncover some truths along the way. In the grand tapestry of human experience, there's a universal truth that binds us all. Life is unpredictable. From the mightiest empires to the humblest hearts, no one is exempt from this cosmic dance of uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once penned these words: "You could stop worrying about what may happen, because what may happen can't be known, and what is known cannot hurt you." These words are like a lighthouse in the storm, guiding us through the turbulent seas of life's uncertainties. At first glance, they seem like a call to apathy, a suggestion to disengage from the world around us. But that's not what Aurelius intended. Instead, he was advocating for a profound shift in perspective, an invitation to confront life's twists and turns with unwavering calm. The Stoics weren't naive. They understood that life was fraught with surprises, both pleasant and unpleasant. But instead of letting these surprises dictate their emotions or actions, they chose to focus on what was within their control: their thoughts, their reactions, their choices. They learned to navigate the unpredictable currents of fate with a steady hand and a clear mind. But why should we heed their advice in today's world? In an era marked by constant change, from the volatile global markets to the ever-present threat of natural disasters, the Stoics' wisdom offers us a beacon of stability. When the future seems as uncertain as the roll of a dice, their teachings remind us to anchor ourselves to the present moment, to the things we can influence. By doing so, we don't merely survive, we thrive. We transform fear into focus, turning our attention from the unpredictable to the controllable. So, how do we put this wisdom into practice? It starts with recognizing what lies within our grasp and what doesn't. It means making choices, big and small, based on the principles we hold dear, and standing firm in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos, strength in vulnerability, and wisdom in the unknown. The Stoics knew that life would deal us a full deck. Their advice is to play our hand with grace. In the intricate game of life, we often find ourselves grappling with questions that have echoed across civilizations. Questions like, who am I? What is my purpose? And how should I live? It's a journey of self-discovery that the Stoics approached with a combination of simplicity and depth. Marcus Aurelius, the epitome of a Stoic leader, once stated, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." He wasn't just talking about accumulating material wealth or achieving power. He was pointing to something far more enduring: the cultivation of a strong moral character and the betterment of society. For the Stoics, Life wasn't about amassing possessions or accolades. It was about becoming the best version of ourselves and contributing positively to the world. This perspective challenges the conventional narrative of success often thrust upon us by society. It encourages us to look beyond external achievements and focus on internal growth and ethical conduct. But how can we put this wisdom into practice in a world that often glorifies instant gratification and material gain? It begins with a shift in mindset, a redirection of our priorities. It means making conscious choices to uphold our values, to treat others with respect, and to strive for excellence in all we do. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes not from what we own or the status we attain, but from the kind of person we are and the impact we have on the world around us. The Stoics invite us to redefine success on our terms, to create a life that is both meaningful and impactful. There's an old saying, "You only live once." But have you ever stopped to think about how many lives you actually live? Your physical life is like a movie, a story that plays out over years and decades. But woven into that are smaller stories, smaller movies. Every day you get to star in a new one. Epictetus, the ancient Greek philosopher, had a unique way of looking at life. For him, life wasn't just a single journey. It was a collection of moments, a series of experiences that made up the whole. He called these moments living, and he believed that each one was a chance to start anew, to make choices that aligned with nature, with reason, and with one's duty. So how does this concept apply to us today? In a world that often feels relentless and unforgiving, where mistakes are magnified and second chances seem elusive, Epicurus's reminder is a breath of fresh air. It's a gentle nudge that tells us that every new day is an opportunity for redemption, for growth, and for aligning our actions with our deepest values. It's a reminder that life isn't a series of isolated incidents, but a tapestry. Each thread, each moment, no matter how small, contributes to the overall fabric of our existence. And with this understanding comes the power to shape our lives, to make amends, to learn, and to grow. It's a philosophy that resonates deeply with the human experience, offering solace, hope, and a roadmap to living a life that is not only authentic, but also resilient and meaningful. And remember, the obstacle is the path. As you wrestle with your thoughts and emotions, as you challenge your beliefs and biases, know that you're not alone. You're part of a timeless lineage of thinkers who have grappled with these same questions. And as you continue this journey, I encourage you to share your thoughts, to engage with others who are on this path of self-discovery. Your insights might resonate with someone who's struggling, who needs a reminder that they're not alone in their struggles. And in that sharing, you'll find a deeper sense of connection, a stronger voice, and a clearer path forward. The Stoics didn't have all the answers. They were as flawed and complex as the rest of us. But their willingness to ask the right questions, to constantly reflect, and to strive for betterment is what makes their philosophy so enduringly relevant. So keep asking questions, keep seeking answers, and in the process, keep growing. The answers you seek may not always be clear-cut, but the journey toward them will undoubtedly lead you to a richer, deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you.